How's it going, everyone? This is Brad Williams with Over 40 Fitness Hacks. I have my new season co-star with me, Julieanna Hever. How's it going, Julieanna?
Great. How you doing, Brad?
Very good. Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, Julieanna is the plant-based dietitian. She has her master's in nutrition as well as established author. She's also been on shows such as the Dr. Oz Show and Steve Harvey Show. Quite an accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just like every new season, I get a co-star and we basically just kind of do an overview of the last 10, 15, 20 years of your career, whatever, how far back you want to go, just so our listeners kind of get a feel of, everything you've done and what you're about. So I'll let you take it away.
Oh, okay. Where should I begin? Well, I became a registered dietitian. I was a personal trainer and I became a registered dietitian while I was in graduate school. I was personal training while I was in graduate school, and became a dietitian in 2005, right before my daughter was born. And I actually took the RD exam 9 months pregnant, 12 days before I gave birth. And that was it. And then I started teaching plant-based nutrition and became a plant-based dietitian. And because I switched over my diet from, standard personal trainer diet, 18 egg whites and chicken breasts and veggies every day. And 40, I finally 40-20. Yeah, all those different versions of that. I tried all of that stuff throughout my life. And I switched myself to a plant-based diet after looking at the research, and it completely transformed my own health. Like lifelong problems I had struggled with, acne and excess weight and GI problems, and just gone when I transitioned. It took me a long time because I was studying it for quite a while. And once that happened, I wanted to tell everyone about it. And so I started implementing this with my clients. And then I started seeing these incredible things happen. So, I always say results are typical. I was not taught in graduate school that people can get off their medications and recover from these chronic conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, type 2 diabetes. But alas, people do all the time. And it's incredible to watch. So once I started talking about it, and then I was asked to write my first book. And then right now I'm about to publish my 7th book in 10 years, publishes this next month. So it's been quite an adventure.
Awesome. What is that book called?
This new book is called The Choose You Now Diet.
Awesome. So is your plant-based diet, is it vegetarian? Is it vegan? Is it just a mix, or it just depending on the person kind of thing?
So the way I define this in all of my books, starting with the first one, which is The Complete Idiot's Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition, I was actually supposed to write they hired me to write The Complete Idiot's Guide to Vegan Nutrition. But as I was writing it, I realized that vegan is basically an exclusive term. It means I don't eat animal products. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't say anything about what you do eat. And who knew it's going to evolve so much now, like with this whole world changing about all these vegan meats and vegan cheeses and vegan cookies, candies, cakes, like anything you could eat, I could eat vegan now. So I wanted to make it more of an inclusive definition. And I didn't coin the term whole food plant-based, but that is what I wanted to teach, is how that your diet is basically based on vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, mushrooms, nuts, seeds, herbs, and spices in infinite tasty combinations. Mm-hmm. And I always say, I'm a dietitian, I'm a health, I start from health. So I'm not an ethicist. I'm not trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't eat morally or any of that. I'm more focused on why, what the evidence shows. The evidence shows that a whole food plant-based diet is the only diet that's ever been shown to actually reverse advanced stage cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. And again, I see this all the time. So it's more of an inclusive definition rather than saying what I don't eat.
Yeah. Well, I know for myself, I've gotten more into plant-based diets. My listeners know I'm kind of more, part of my lifestyle. It's easier to do, the keto diet. But recently I've kind of added the vegetarian, vegan. I didn't, put an exact term on it, but basically just more plant-based Monday through Friday. And then I still kind of do the normal keto thing on weekends, makes it more fun to pick in better, higher quality meats and everything. But, just taking 5 days out of going fully plant-based those 5 days, my blood pressure skyrocketed down in just a week and a half. And now it's been a month later and it's still down there. Like this is like 20-year-old, levels. So just from that aspect, I see the difference. So,
that's great. Again, I see this all the time. It's so amazing. Like just adding more plants into your diet is that effective.
Exactly. So what kind of clients do you typically work with? Do you have a local brick and mortar shop? Are you online only, or you do more just like speaking and writing books? What's kind of your go-to?
I do all of that. When I started doing this, I was really wanting to do it all online, just because when I was a personal trainer, I would go from house to house to house, and it was like, I live in Los Angeles, so much traffic, and I just thought it'd be so much more efficient to do it like this, because I don't need, personal training is a little bit different, but here it's like we're just talking and connecting. Yeah. So I've been wanting to do this for 15 years, and that's one of the positive things that I experienced during this quarantine, was that people were kind of forced to go online, and so it kind of broke that ceiling of people thinking, oh, I could actually do this, and this is actually okay, and actually it's just fine, and it's convenient. You don't have to go anywhere.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's gotten more and more. Now I'm here on my computer. I talk to clients all over the world, and I work with all sorts of different populations. I work with pretty much every age group, from pregnancy and infancy to seniors, and then everything in between. I work with a lot of athletes, including some pro athletes, some weekend warriors, and everything in between there. And I do a lot of weight loss coaching, a lot of weight loss transformations, which is what my new book is about. But I also do, people come to me with a new diagnosis or some chronic conditions that they can't alleviate. And so I work with people in different ways, just trying to help, improve their diet.
Yeah. Do you see kind of a consistency among what kind of people with what type of issues they have going on that they're coming to see you, or is it just a wide spectrum? Like, are you getting like mostly diabetics or people of any other type of ailments, or is it just all over the place?
It's a lot all over the place, but it would basically be like a snapshot what we see around the world. Cardiovascular disease is still the number one killer in the world. So, and that's overweight. Yep. 3 out of 4 Americans and 1 out of 3 around the world overweight or obese. And but it's so funny because it's all linked, right? Excessive weight is linked to cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes, and even COVID. Now we're seeing those links as well, those associations. So I see all sorts of different things, but I do see a lot of things in common. But I could always, if someone comes to me and says, I'm eating so healthy, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I'm like, okay, show me your food journal. And there's always a reason. Like, the food is so powerful. We know now that diet is the number one cause of early death and disability in the world, more so than smoking and sedentary lifestyle, which is quite shocking. So it all starts with the food, and you can have so much power and control over your health with what you put on your fork.
Yep. And it's crazy during the pandemic, whatever you think about the numbers and all that kind of stuff, it's shocking to look at the heart disease numbers per year and deaths from that. And then finding out, at least the stats I was looking at, 80% of them are treatable, and within 1 year, just by changing diet and exercise. And, it's the same stuff everyone hears all the time, but it's getting people to do this.
Yes, You have to want it. That's one thing I've learned in all these years in this field, is that I stopped trying to convince anyone. There's a million dietitians that'll tell you what to eat if you want to eat a certain way. I'm not going to try to convince anyone. It's like, if you want me to help you, I will help you. I'll give you all my love. I will teach you everything I know, but you have to want to make change.
Yep. Let them find you. That's the way to go.
Yes.
Then they're already ready.
Yes, exactly.
So are you doing more one-on-one coaching, or do you do events or corporate things? What is your normal?
I do it all. I do it all. I do a lot of stuff. I've done everything from, I do a lot of one-on-one. I've done classes. I've taught around the world. Just before COVID, I was traveling like crazy at the conferences, and I was running retreats. I ran a culinary retreat in Thailand a couple times. I was speaking on cruise ships. I had my own TV show. I had a wellness talk show series. And so I've done all sorts of things. And now I'm doing a lot of that online, a lot of that on social media. And, but my day-to-day work is my one-on-ones with my clients.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So Julieanna, what's the best way some of our listeners can get a hold of you? Are you on social media, LinkedIn, website? Why don't you tell them?
Yes, thank you. I'm at plantbaseddietitian.com. So if you go to plantbaseddietitian.com, you can find all my social media, but I'm on all of them. I'm on Instagram as Julieanna Hever, and Facebook as Plant-Based Dietitian, and Twitter as Plant Dietitian, and my name also for YouTube, Julieanna Hever.
Awesome. And everyone knows I'll put all the links in the descriptions to the podcast on Spotify and Apple, so they can just click on it and get there too. So, but Julieanna, thank you for being on our show. It was a treat, and I wanted to get someone in the plant-based world, and you were the perfect fit.
Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.